Peace, 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 peace. So I put this mic back on. We're going to move around a little bit, and I'm hoping you will still be able to hear me. Um, Bringing this week of um, thoughts and discussion to a close. I want us to get a chance to actually move our hips and release energy and open up that space. So if you know chakras, you know that the red chakra is usually down near our anus and perineum. And that root chakra is also our rootedness in family, insecurity, our orange chakra, which is near our womb, um, female and male reproductive organs, is our creativity, our sexual expression. And both of those things are not different, of course, they're in the same space. Our yellow chakra, which is solar plexus, is our will, our ability to speak up. And so I've seen them described like there's a base of a triangle at the root chakra, and that triangle comes up to about the solar plexus, and that there's another triangle that starts at the crown chakra that then comes down, and so that those points touch or overlap. So by the time we get to the heart chakra or the green chakra, we are at the point of a new triangle that is inverted, and that moves. Did I say that incorrect? No. Yeah, that moves up, green and then blue and then indigo and sometimes white or gold above our heads. So anyway, I was thinking about how important it is to be able to integrate both of those triangles, to integrate all of the parts of ourselves, how we are often encouraged to separate this inverted triangle from the one that's down here, and how we are most powerful where they touch, where they are all uh, connected and flowing. So, in that vein, we are going to do some breathing, and we're going to do a few hip openers. So, finding yourself in a comfortable position, rolling your shoulders up, letting them slide down your back. You can leave your eyes open, soften your gaze, look toward the floor, or close your eyes. I want you to inhale through your nose and exhale with a sigh out of your mouth. Make your body rumble. I want you to feel it in your center. So inhale again, put your hand over your heart, fill up your belly, and exhale so that your hand rumbles. You want to feel it in here. One more. Inhaling and exhaling. Good. A sigh and exhale. We're going to continue inhaling and exhaling through our nose. If you know an ujjayi breath and you can use it, that'd be wonderful. Otherwise, just deep breathing in through your nose, out through your nose would be marvelous. So inhaling and exhaling. So some breaths, bringing your arms above head. We'll do two more, inhaling as your arms come up and exhaling as they come down. One more, inhaling and exhaling as they come down. We're going to come up onto tabletop and move back into child's pose. So knees under your hips, hands under your shoulders, widening your knees, the width of your mat, letting your toes touch, pushing your hips back towards your heels, and extending your arms out forward. So this is our first hip opening. Inhaling and exhaling. We want to release. I had the blessing of doing Reiki for a sister and going over the different parts of her body and her energy centers. And there was a place that where she felt the need to open up her hips. She said it just, for all of the reasons to release, to free herself. And I felt honored that she felt safe enough to be vulnerable with me to do that. And so even as we're here in our child's pose with our Knees wide and our toes touching. I want you to think of the things you need to release. Even if it's just ego, even if it's just too much thought. Just to release. Inhaling. And as we exhale, coming up into tabletop, bring your knees back in so they are under your hips and your hands so they are under your shoulders. We're going to rotate our hips. So moving your hips like I heard a yogi say, like there's a paintbrush on your tailbone, you're drawing a circle. So we're going to rotate these hips. And I would like you to move your head at the same time. If you can do it in the same direction, it'd be wonderful. So pretending there's also a paintbrush on the crown of your head and rotating your head and your hips, which also causes your core to move, which causes your spine to rotate. And we know that moving this energy up and down our spine is helpful in so many ways. We're going to inhale and exhale a few times more in this direction and then the other direction. And the other direction, inhale. All I can hear in my head is put your hands on your hip, let your backbone slip, let your backbone slip. And exhale. Make sure that you keep your shoulders away from your ears. I have just done that. You're letting your core fall and rise as your hips and your head are rising. Our goal is not to crunch our shoulders up to our ears, coming to stillness, slowing us down, coming into tabletop again and bring your hands forward, bring your chin and your chest down toward the mat, coming into puppy, lifting your hips into the air. Inhale and exhale here. Pushing back up to the tabletop. Excuse me. Pushing back up into tabletop. We're going to widen our knees the width of the mat and turn the insoles of your feet toward the floor. We're getting ready to come into dog pose. So you want to find a width that is an opening but does not feel painful. We don't want electric shocks. This is not competitive yoga. There's no need to do any more than your body can do. So widening your knees and letting your insoles touch the ground, bringing your elbows down and pushing your hips back some if that helps. Opening up here. You'll feel it right at the girdle of your groin and your hips. Inhale and exhale here. Inhaling and exhaling. As you inhale, imagining that you're moving energy all the way up the chakra, starting at that red, that root. And as you inhale, bring the energy all the way up to the crown. And as you exhale, bring it back down. So allowing that serpentine of energy to move around your spine, inhaling and exhaling. Again, inhaling and exhaling. Our next inhale, as we exhale, we're going to bring our body forward, bringing our chest and our bowl to the mat, bring our knees in. We're going to push back up on the tabletop. Curl your toes under. Open my hips in frame. Pushing up into down dog. Ooh, that do is do. Pedaling out your heel. And pushing back a little bit, not to harm, not to hurt. Pushing back just enough to feel that stretch go into your hamstrings and hopefully right up into the bottom of your gluteus maximus. So opening up this space, your hips next to your bottom. Inhaling and exhaling, making sure that your chest is moving towards your thighs, but there's not a bend in your back. If there is a bend, you want to be more like the letter A or A for the D. You can bend your knees to allow your back to straighten. So coming back, pedaling your feet out, feeling how that feels on the back of your hamstrings, how it feels into the bottom of your gluteus muscles. Inhale and exhale, coming back down onto your knees. Inhale and exhale. We're going to move our right knee behind our right hand, either behind or to the center, whichever one is easiest for you. And if you can, bring your right shin out so that it's parallel to the top of your mat. Great. Mine stays more bent. We're going to come into pigeon. So extending that left leg back, making sure that if there's a head leg on both hips, they're both facing the top of your mat. Inhale and exhale as you come down into sleeping pigeon, feeling that stretch in that right hip. Or whichever leg you bent, feeling the stretch in that hip. And exhaling, allowing your body to relax into that stretch. 2 more breaths. 1 more. Placing your hands back on the mat, pushing up. We're going to slide that right knee back underneath the hips, left knee under the hips, both hands under your shoulders, sliding that left knee forward, either behind your left hand or into the center between both hands, allowing your right leg to extend back, making sure that both hips and the hip bones are facing the front of your mat. Inhale here and exhale, coming down to sleeping pigeon. For 3 breaths. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. And as inhale, as you exhale, place your hands down, push back up into tabletop. Bring your knees under your hips and your hands under your shoulders. We're just going to wiggle a little bit left to right. Giving those hips a good move. Sitting back on your heels, we'll bring our legs out in front of us. Bending your knees and bringing your back down to your mat. Just a couple more openers in different places. Bringing that right foot to the top of your left knee and allowing that right knee to fall outward. We'll do a reverse pigeon here. So either grabbing the back of that left leg or the front of your left shin and bringing the stretch in until you feel that really delicious stretch on your right hand. About 3 to 5 breaths here. Inhaling. Exhaling. If you're inhaling and exhaling, allow you to fall a little deeper into the stretch. Feel free to do that. Inhaling here. And as you exhale, bring your left foot and your right foot back to the mat. Doing a little windshield wiper to each side, letting your knees fall to the right and to the left. Bringing that left foot to the top of the right knee, allowing that left knee to fall outward. Grabbing behind the right thigh or the right shin and bringing that in towards your body. Feeling that stretch on the left hip this time. From the left hip into the left gluteal muscle. 3 to 5 breaths here. And as you breathe in and out, seeing if there's any more space made in this stretch for you. And as you inhale, and exhale, bringing both feet down to the mat. Just a couple more, centering yourself on your mat, bringing your knees up so that your shins are perpendicular to the ground. I guess my a little closer in. Bringing both knees over to the right. Bringing your arms up into a field goal or straight out into a T. We're going to bring our knees to the right and look over to the left. And you should feel a really wonderful stretch in your lower back, into your side body, into that left hip. Inhale and exhale. Inhale. Inhale back to center. I just go over a little, I'll run into a plant. Inhaling back to center, bringing your legs over to the left side of your body. And you can either go post or bring your arms out into a T with your palms down, looking out over your right shoulder, feeling that stretch in that right hip, in your lower back, in your right side body. Coming back to center, bringing both knees, bringing your feet like you can put them on the ceiling, bringing your knees into your armpits and grabbing the outside of your feet. We're going to come into happy baby, opening up that groin, stretching into those hips. Inhale and exhale. You can rock left to right, massaging your lower back. If your body will allow and space will allow as you rock, you can extend one leg out to one side, feeling that stretch in that inner thigh. Inhale and exhale, extending that other leg in the opposite direction. Inhaling back to center. And bringing your feet down. Now, you have a choice. I'm going to set up, but you are welcome to lay down, to come into Shivasana, to come into corpse pose. Um, I love that corpse pose gives us a chance to be reborn. We don't stay in this pose. So just like the scarab or the phoenix or anywhere where there's life being brought back again, where there's a resurrection, we come off of our mats, born into our day with everything that we have placed into our body and our spirit in this space that we've held for ourselves. So you can come into Shavasana on your back. We're going to go through a body scan. And as we're going through the body scan, I want to share 3 places where I've become aware repeatedly that sexuality and spirituality draw from the same well. So laying on your back, centered on your mat, or sitting upward, upright, whichever one works for you. Even if you're standing, to be mindful of your body. So inhaling into your feet. If you are laying on your back, letting your feet fall out to the sides. And as you exhale, relaxing your feet. Inhaling into your calf, into your shins, and exhaling, relaxing those calf muscles and those shin muscles, those shins, and the muscles surrounding. Inhaling into your knees, into your quadriceps, the big muscles on the front, and the hamstrings, the muscles on the back. And as you exhale, relaxing, allowing those thighs to melt down into your mat. Inhaling into your abdomen, inhaling into your buttocks, and exhaling as you melt into your mat, into the floor, like hot butter on pancakes. Inhaling into your belly, into your lower back, and exhaling, releasing, relaxing. Inhaling into your ribs, the middle of your back. Exhaling, releasing anything that could be held there. Allow your breath to come in as a bloom. Inhaling into your chest, into your upper back, to your shoulder blades, to your collarbone, and exhaling, releasing all of that. Bringing your breath in again like a broom, coming into your collarbone and your shoulders, and exhaling, releasing there. If you are laying down, even if you are sitting up, allowing your palms to rest, facing upward, allowing your fingertips to curl inward, inhaling into your hands, relaxing, exhaling as the fingers curl in, inhaling into your forearms. And as you exhale, releasing, relaxing, inhaling into your biceps and your triceps, and exhaling, releasing, relaxing, inhaling into your neck, turning your head left to right. No to all the things you do not need. Exhaling, inhaling into your neck again, nodding your head up and down for yes, and saying yes to all the blessings coming to you and all that you are ready to receive. And exhaling, releasing your jaw, your neck, your chin. Inhaling into your face. If you're laying down, feeling your cheeks slide back towards your ears, feeling your brow melt. Exhaling, inhaling into the crown of your body. So imagine that you are drawing this breath all the way from your toes, all the way through every chakra, up to the crown of your body. And we're going to exhale out of the crown of our body, cleansing that whole. We'll do a couple more of those. Inhaling, bottom of your feet through every chakra, filling your body up, allowing that breath to be a broom. Exhaling through the chakra, the top, the crown. Is one more time. Inhaling, see the breath filling up your body. And exhaling through your crown. If you are laying down, you can remain there. If your eyes are closed, you can keep them closed. If you are sitting, wonderful. If you are standing. There are three places where I first had the inclination that sexuality and spirituality were coming from the same place, one and the same. One of them was when you're a teenager and you may be in spiritual settings and your body is awakened, what you're told is that that's inappropriate, but it's appropriate because that's what's supposed to happen with your body. And what we often do as teenagers is may not be the most appropriate. But I had the opportunity to teach a few years at a teen retreat, a teen Christian retreat. And the counselors are well aware that the teens try to find ways to sneak off, noodle, or have sexual intercourse, or whatever it is. They in this space where their spirits are often awakened, their sexuality is as well. So even though adults have gotten to the point sometimes where we have forgotten what that feels like, and because we did not invite children to come to a spiritual retreat to be, locked up in the closet somewhere with each other. That's not how we intend to send them back to their parents. But it's very true that as your spirit opens, so does your body. As the awareness of spirit around opens, so do the nerves and the sensitivity of your body. That energy is moving through. So even in going out to teach there and having so many of the adults say, you have to watch the children because they'll sneak off and be with each other. They'll sneak off and find somewhere to be, I don't use the word naked anymore, but find somewhere to secret themselves away and to make sure that they weren't doing that. But to also recognize, and that no one ever spoke to that, but to recognize that that is the natural progression of things. As your spirit opens, your body is opening. And vice versa, if the body is allowed to open in a very natural, safe way, your spirit opens. I know that I experienced this in birth, that as my body opened to allow my children to come forward, I had to be in trance state. I had to be in a space that was not here because I was doing interdimensional travel. I was allowing that. I was that portal. In other instances, I had a sister of mine in seminary who spoke to the fact that as she became more spiritually charged, she was more sexually aroused. And I appreciated her being forthcoming because it happens for many people, but they don't speak to it. I have a sister friend who spoke about doing Reiki for men, and as she cleared their chakras, there are times that erections would happen. It's energy flow. So if you are clearing the chakras and you're allowing the energy to move forward, move through, it is likely that that will happen. She spoke of that with not just men, but also with women, that they would feel charged up, sexually aware, aroused. And then the last one is personal for me. I know that even during my initiation into traditional culture, that I often felt that way. If I was very open, very connected, if I was emptying myself out to allow space for ancestors, boson, whatever it is, my body was aware, very aware. Um, and not just in sexual arousal, but also in I can feel heat in my chest. I can feel light in my head. I can feel, if there were tears, I could feel the warmth in my face. The whole body was a conductor for me. My whole body it was conducting energy. It was an antenna of receiving and also carrying energy. So if nothing else, remember your own spaces where you may have been amused or shocked or aware that the two things that we've been taught are separate, showed up at the same space, where sexuality and spirituality showed up in the same space because they are drawing from the same well. So